humbly ask your forgiveness, here, today, in the presence of our beloved Lord Mahavir. He who has shown me the right path and has saved me from certain damnation. I shall accept whatever punishment you deem necessary.
Are Rohingya, I am pleasantly surprised and happy that you've repented. But what has caused this upturn of events? What has caused you to turn back on your wicked life?
Sadly, my realization came very late. For too long, I followed the words of my father as he lay on his deathbed.
Let us see the conversation between Rohingya and his father.
My son. I am very proud of you. All my life, I have been a burglar and a thief. But you, my son, you have been an excellent learner and have become even greater than I, surpassing me in both intelligence and smartness. No one can catch you, as you have so many disguises, and you can outrun everyone when chased. You have amassed such a large fortune through stealing that all who are rich are crying out for you to be caught, as nothing is out of your reach. You are truly the king of thieves. But now, as I prepare to leave this existence, I ask that you follow the advice I have for you.
Oh, Father, I shall do as you say.
Whatever you do, never, ever listen to the words of Bhagwan Mahavir. Avoid his presence at every cost, because if you do not, all that you have achieved will be jeopardized.
Oh, Father, I shall do as you say.
So, for many years, Rohingya followed his father's advice. If he knew Bhagwan was in the area, he would use a different route, even if it was longer and more harsh. Rohingya always avoided Bhagwan as his father had asked. But just a few weeks ago, Bhagwan was preaching in Lokhur. Rohingya had no option but to pass by his assembly. Rohingya cleverly remembered his father's words and covered his ears tightly with his hands as he walked near Bhagwan. But in one instant, everything changed. Rohingya stepped on a sharp thorn which pierced his foot. The pain was so unbearable he reached to his foot and had uncovered his ears in the process. But this meant Rohingya heard the sweet voice of Bhagwan Mahavir resonate.
Human life is the best of all lives.
Rohingya was so surprised that he continued to listen to Bhagwan Mahavir's message.
It is possible to attain liberation only as a human. Every human being can attain salvation irrespective of caste, creed, or colour. By doing good deeds, one can gain a life in heaven where all sorts of pleasures and happiness exist. When heavenly beings walk, their feet do not touch the ground, their bodies are without shadow, their eyes remain steady, and their garlands do not wither. However, the life of a heavenly being does not lead to ultimate liberation, which provides eternal bliss and happiness. Therefore, even heavenly beings crave a human life.
Although I was mesmerized by those words, I remembered the words of my father as he was dying, and I knew what I had to do. King Shreni, I made my way to the city, where I carried on with my thieving and looting ways. But, your chief minister, that Abhay Kumar, he was very prepared for me. He had men stationed everywhere, so eventually I was caught. But, I too was smart. I had on one of my disguises, so he couldn't prove who I was.
Yes, Abhay Kumar told me of all his clever plans. But he also told me that you outwitted him at every turn. However, did he not have a clever plan to make you confess your misdeeds? To arrest you?
Abhay Kumar indeed tried to trick Rohingya. He gave him wine to drink, which he loved, but made him drowsy. When Rohingya awoke, it was as if he was in heaven, surrounded by devs and devis of unimaginable beauty and grace. He was dressed in royal garments and adorned with valuable jewelry in a palatial building. Rohingya found himself in heavenly surroundings, with beautiful maidens waving scented air with diamond-studded fans. Soft, serene music was heard in the background, and fairy-like dancers were dancing in tune with the music, and divine musicians were getting ready for a musical concert. Rohingya believed that he was in heaven. He thought he was enjoying the fruits of his past life, just because he had given some of the money he had stolen to the poor. Let's see what happens when Rohingya thinks that he is meeting a Devi.
My lord, in a book you must write down the good deeds and the misdeeds of your previous life before you can start enjoying the fruits of your new and long life in heaven. So, shall we start with the misdeeds?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I remembered the words of the sermon that we heard back at Lucknow, and in that it was said that Devs and Devis neither cast a shadow nor do they blink their eyes. Yet, this Devi was doing the I suspected that this was a trap set by that Abhay Kumar to get me to confess so that he could throw me into jail. Devi, I have committed no misdeeds in my past life.
Are you sure? This is the time to confess.
I am sure I have done only good things and have stayed away from doing bad things. Surely that is why I'm in heaven, right?
And so in this way, Rohingya cleverly thought he was avoided being caught. But as days passed, Rohingya thought about Bhagwan Mahavir's words. He had only heard them accidentally, but they had saved him from lifelong imprisonment and perhaps even death. Bhagwan Mahavir's words must be so special, Rohingya thought. Was he wrong in listening to his father's advice? Lord Mahavir must be a very great sage.
You know, those words, which were said only accidentally, helped me so much. Just imagine how useful his teachings would be.
Rohingya asked himself, has he really wasted all these years avoiding the sermons and messages of Bhagwan Mahavir?
What did you do next?
Well, I thought about it for a very long time, and finally I made the decision that I would serve at the feet of Lord Mahavir.
Wow.
I decided I requested that Bhagwan Mahavir accept me as his disciple and for me to become a monk. And that, my Lord, is why I'm here today. Bhagwan has asked that before I renounce this worldly life, that first I must reveal myself to you, I must confess all my sins, and I will accept whatever punishment you deem necessary. And to Abhay Kumar, I would like him to have my hoard of loot so that he can put it to some good use.
I pardon you, and I let you go and take Diksha. Time is short. Whatever time we have on this earth, we should spend doing good deeds. We're all truly blessed to have Bhagwan Mahavir in our lives.
જેમ હંસ તળાવમાં એક એક મોતીને ચૂઝ કરવા જાય, ચૂનવા જાય,